You'll need to open the door and lift the lid to your coffee machine. You don't need to turn the power on, as we're only taking things off to take them away and wash them. You must take things out in order so that you can access all the other parts. So first we remove the drip tray. Then the grounds drawer by pulling it from this corner and then towards yourself. We'll then look to remove the mixing bowls. So they're currently locked into position as the orange part is pointing straight down. We're going to unlock this by pushing the lever to the left and then pulling the mixing bowl gently towards yourself. You will then need to unclip it from the nozzle. Remove both mixing bowls. We'll then remove the steam traps. This can be done by pushing your canisters out the way, pulling towards you. We're also going to remove the brew unit, as this needs to be cleaned daily. Take the orange nozzle out the way, remove the nozzle from the side here, and then with one hand on the front of the brew unit and the other hand on the lock, you'll need to hold the lock open and then pull up and out to remove the brew unit. We take the hot water off, and then you can remove the nozzle holder by pulling the tab slightly upwards and sliding this towards you. This can all then be taken to be washed. We advise that nothing goes through the dishwasher, as this is too hot and degrades the plastic. We advise that you hand wash only. You can put the drip tray through a dishwasher, as it's hardy enough to put up with being inside a dishwashing machine. We advise that you use food-safe cleaning products such as washing up liquid to clean all your parts. They do not need to be dry when you put them back onto the machine, but we do advise that you dry the metal part of your brew unit. So putting everything back together, we're just doing everything that we did to take off in reverse. So we're going to pop our brew unit back on first. You can see there's 3 prongs here, and this fits onto the back here. So to pop it back on, you don't need to worry about the lock mechanism or the unlock mechanism, because that's only when you're taking it off. So when you're popping it back on, just make sure you hold it up straight and then slide it down. You'll see here that it's actually not gone on properly, so all we're going to do is twist the bolt at the top to make sure that it sits in correctly. We then take our nozzle holder and slide that back on. We can then replace all the nozzles. These generally go in as you see them, so the left nozzle on the left, the centre one in the centre, right on the right. It's important that you put the water into either one of the circular holes at the front of the nozzle holder. If you try and pop this into one of the other holders, you're likely to snap it. We take our steam traps, tilt these back again, pop it in until you hear a click. We then take our mixing bowls, remembering that the one with the restrictor goes back onto the right. Make sure the lever is out of the way, and we're going to pop the water feed back onto here, and this covers this. If you struggle to replace it, it's always a good idea to make the seal wet. This will make it easier to pop your mixing bowl back on. push with a little bit of force and then lock into position. Again, this goes onto the right hand side of the holder as it's on the right. And this goes in the centre as it's on the centre. We take our orange ground chute. When you pop this back on, it's important to remember this goes at a slight angle because this is round. If you drop it, it's not a problem as you can take it back out of the grinder. We then take our ground straw, pop this back in, and last but not least, our drip tray. We always advise that once you've taken your machine apart and put it back together, that you give the machine a rinse with the door open, replacing the orange key in the front of the door so that the power is on, so that you can see if you've put everything back correctly and whether there are any leaks.